From New York is recognized.
I thank the gentleman for yielding me this time. This bill is a bad policy built on horrible process. 24 million Americans will lose their coverage if this bill becomes law. Premiums and out-of-pocket expenses will skyrocket, especially for older Americans because of the age tax, as hardworking Americans are forced to subsidize tax cuts for the wealthy. It's no wonder this bill was crafted in the dead of night behind closed doors. It's so bad, even members of your own party are rejecting this bill. But President Trump and Republican leadership insisted they need to repeal Obamacare at any cost, even if the price will be making health care out of reach for veterans, for seniors, and many of the hardest working Americans. So the majority made it worse, and then they made it worse again. Now they've taken away the bare minimum requirements for insurance, like covering emergency room visits for prescription drugs. It will crush any protections for pre-existing conditions. There's no guarantee the treatment you need for your condition will even be covered under this bill. Imagine that, health care coverage that doesn't cover your health. Insurance that ensures absolutely no peace of mind for what life may bring you. This body blow to critical health protections was done just to win votes, like so many of the other provisions and political favors, like the Empire State Kickback, the Buffalo Bribe, the Syracuse sellout. I call it simply a political ploy. That provision, which will cut $2 billion from only New York State, has been blasted by newspapers from Buffalo to Newsday on Long Island. They've called it a train wreck. They've called it bloody money. Like everything else in this bill, it represents the worst kind of backroom shady maneuvering. This bill is bad for New York, bad for the democratic system, and bad for America. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle should be ashamed of themselves, and I know many of you are. But this bill is appalling, and I urge everyone in this chamber to vote it down. And, Mr. Chairman, I know that 2.7 million New Yorkers
New York's
will
time
lose
has
their
expired.
health care if this bill becomes law.
The gentleman is no longer recognized. The gentleman from Massachusetts.